Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today I am featuring a fabulous technique called a spotlighting technique with the Stamping Society Design Team Blog Hop. So each month the Stamping Society provides you with a blog hop, which I'm part of, and you get to hop along and go from blog to see what everybody's created using a technique or using a particular bundle or a particular product. So you can see a lot of different ideas using the same items. Now, today we are celebrating an anniversary. And it's hard to believe that I've been with the Stamping Society for a year already. It seems like just yesterday that I started with them. But in celebration of our anniversary, we are going to be doing our regular blog hop. And then as you know, I should say the design team provides an exclusive tutorial that you can either buy for $7 or you get free when you place an order with me. And today I'm excited to be telling you we want to share with you the tutorial as a celebration of our anniversary. So everybody's going to be able to get the tutorial this month for free. Yay, right? And I thought spotlighting is something that I haven't done in a long time, and I chose to use the Timeless Tropical Stamp Set. This is one of my favorite new bundles from the Tropical Oasis suite in the Spring Mini catalog. I think I've got a gorgeous card to show you, and in the exclusive tutorial, it's a video tutorial that I will share the link to on my blog so everybody can get their hands on that. You're going to also find 6 more projects made by these incredible designers with the Stamping Society blog hop team. So let's flip the camera around and get started on my card. Okay, like I said, we're going to be using the Timeless Tropical Stamp Set. I have got a Whisper White card base here. This is 5.5 by 8.5. I've already scored it at 4 1/4. So we're just going to fold that and get a good crisp fold. Then I'm going to bring in a layer of Whisper White that is 4 1/4 by 5.5. This is actually going to go on the front of our thick cardstock base. Now, why am I using another piece of cardstock? This thick card base is a different finish than our Whisper White that we use for stamping on, and it's a little more porous. I just find I love it for card bases because it's more sturdy, but I really love our Whisper White cardstock for stamping on. So we're going to actually just be adding a card front to this card base. Then I've got a scrap of basic black and a piece of our Perennial Essence Vellum cardstock. I forgot to measure this, so this piece is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And another scrap of Whisper White. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut that scrap of Whisper White using one of our rectangle stitched dies. Before we do that, we're going to do just a little bit of stamping here and embossing. So I've got my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to wipe that on my black cardstock and use Versamark ink and the Rest and Relax, You Deserve It sentiment, and some Whisper White embossing powder. Okay, let me get this closed up so we don't have any problems, and y'all know what I mean, right? Okay, I'm going to hit this with a heat tool, and then I'm going to bring in this stitched rectangle, and I'm going to die cut this layer. So we're going to die cut the white piece with the bigger rectangle and this piece with the smaller, longer rectangle. I'll be right back. One of the things that I forgot to mention is that I actually pushed my sentiment down to this end, so there's a little space left on the right side here. And that wasn't an accident. I did it on purpose because we're going to be putting an embellishment on that side, and I just thought it'd be nice to leave some room for it. So here's our Rest and Relax. Here is our Whisper White layer, and then we're going to bring that card front layer back in here. I'm going to add a little bit of snail adhesive, just a tiny little bit back here, and we're going to temporarily set this in the middle of our card layer. And then I'm going to bring in my Memento ink and this big hibiscus. And I'm just going to stamp this so that my flower is going onto this middle layer and also off onto the edge of the card front. There's several different ways you can do spotlighting. This is one way, and then in the tutorial that's going to be part of the document I'll share with you, I will come up with a different way. I haven't made that card yet, so I don't know what it's going to be. I can't tell you about it, but I will come up with something different, a different type of spotlighting. Okay, now I've got my Stampin' Blends, and I am using the Light Calypso Coral, the Light So Saffron, and my Color Lifter. I'm just going to take the Light Calypso Coral. You're going to actually remove this from your card front now. And we're only going to color this layer. And this is where the spotlighting technique comes in, because this is the layer that's going to be the spotlight of our card. And I'm just going to leave the middle part of this flower, I think they call that a stamen maybe. I'm going to leave that uncolored and just scribble some of this Light Calypso Coral in the middle of our hibiscus. And I know it looks kind of icky right now, but just bear with me because we're going to make this really, really pretty. And that's what all the blending is about. I love these alcohol markers because you can blend with them, and I could not draw this flower to save my soul. But I can color with these things and look like I am an incredible artist, and it just blows my mind because I can have a lot of fun with arts, but I'm not an artist. I guess I'm a rubber stamping artist, maybe. I could say that, right? Okay, now I'm going to come in with the Light So Saffron, and I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to my flowers, and it's really your choice as to where and how much you want to do with that. Completely up to you. I don't want it to take over my card, but I want it to stick out a little bit beyond the Calypso Coral that I've put on here. And this hibiscus is so pretty. I love these flowers. You know them. They're big and beautiful and gorgeous, and they grow them in Hawaii, which I'm going to this summer. So, getting my start on the hibiscus right now. All right, this is the Color Lifter, and I'm going to bring this in and slightly color on the white part that I haven't put any color on, and that's just going to blend and tone down those edges. I'm also coming a little bit into the Calypso Coral. I want this to blend so it doesn't look like I just abruptly ended my color on these flowers. And it also tones it down just a little bit. And I hope that you can see that. Let's get some light in here. How very soft and pretty that is. Now, and again, you can see here where it abruptly ends, the yellow abruptly ends. I'm going to come in and just scribble over top of that to blend that out into my flower. And now look, that abruptness is gone. And that's why I love these markers, because I couldn't do this with a paintbrush. I'm just not skilled in that. But I can scribble some marker around, and I know you can too, right? Okay, just blending a little bit. I'm gonna blend just a little bit, and there we go. There's our beautiful flowers. Now, we're going to take this layer and we're going to put it on the vellum layer. Now, this Perennial Essence vellum cardstock is really beautiful. You get a great big pack of it. There are 12 sheets for each of 3 colors. So you get Petal Pink, So Saffron, and Old Olive, 4 sheets of each one. So there's some really cool stuff you can do with this. We're just going to use it as a layer right now. And I like to use snail adhesive when I'm gluing to a surface like this. I just find that it works out really good. I'm going to turn this over because I see it's curling up a little bit, and that way it's going to curl backwards so that it's not flopping up on my, like this. I want it to kind of go like that. Okay? Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to bring this back in and we're going to put it back in place. And you have to make sure that you have your flowers the same way because like they don't fit up here right, okay? So make sure that you put them back in place just like a puzzle so that your flowers look really cool, right? That's what I can say. They look really cool. Isn't that pretty? Now, I'm going to grab this and we're going to use our black mini dimensionals. And I'm going to add them to the 4 corners. And the reason why I'm splitting them up like this is because I'm going to take some of our braided trim that goes along with this suite, and I'm going to add that right to the middle of my card. And I want my banner or sentiment layer to straddle this ribbon because I don't like trying to adhere a piece of cardstock to a piece of ribbon because it just never goes well for me. So I want to make sure those dimensionals are making contact with my surface here. I just frayed the end a little bit, and then I find that using mini glue dots is the best way to get your ribbon to stick in place and not come apart, because I don't like it when my cards fall apart, and I'm pretty picky about that. So I've just added 3 mini glue dots here. We're going to pull this and put it right across the center of our card. And then we're going to come in, where did my pick your pick tool go? Right here. And pop these backs off and add our rest and relax right here to the middle. I love the way that black and white pop on here. Pops, pop. And now I'm going to bring in some of my trinkets, and I think that I just really like this tropical leaf. And again, I'm going to do a glue dot. Let's get these off of here. And we're going to add that glue dot right here and put that leaf on. Just like that. What do you guys think? Isn't that cool? So here's your spotlighting. This is left plain and this is the spotlighted area. Now I want to do one small thing inside my card, and I've grabbed Grapefruit Grove ink, and I'm going to stamp this cute little pineapple and stamp it off once so that it's a lighter or second generation ink in here, and that's all I'm going to do to the inside of my card. And now we're just going to glue this front onto our card base. I like to pick this up and hold it in place so I know that my edges are all meeting up where they should be. There we go. What do you guys think? Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, I could see doing this in a whole bunch of different colors. As a matter of fact, here's one that I did with So Saffron vellum cardstock. So that comes from the same pack. Which one do you like better? Oh, one more thing. Did you guys happen to see I have Wink of Stella out here? And as long as we own this, why not use it? I'm going to, whoops, I've already done that one. I'm going to do that right in the middle here on that, I think it's called a stamen, that flower center dealy whopper. I hope you guys are all giggling with me and my ignorance of flower terms. There we go. Can you see that little bit of shimmer? I also put some on here. Pretty, pretty card. This is spotlighting. Now, I need to get to work and figure out what other card I'm going to make with the tropical stamp set, Timeless Tropical, and a spotlighting technique that's a little different than this. I hope you will head back to my blog. Click right up here. That's going to take you back to my blog where you're going to find, first of all, the blog hop, but secondly, you're going to find a downloaded PDF file that you can open up and save to your computer. You can print it out. It's going to be brief instructions, all the ingredients and dimensions, plus you're going to have links to private videos for all of the projects in the tutorial. There's going to be 6 of them with different whatever. So the theme for the blog hop this month is share what you love or pick out your favorite. And I love the Timeless Tropical stamp set, and I really like the spotlighting technique, so that's what I chose. Okay, if you would like to order any of these products, you're going to find a host code. I'm going to put it on the screen here because I don't have my new printout yet for February. You can always find that host code in the right-hand column on my blog. My blog is right here. When you head over there, you'll see it. Use that host code if your order's under $150. If it's over $150, do not use the code. You're going to get some rewards from Stampin' Up, and I definitely want you to have those. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Share my video if you would, please. There's a share button right on YouTube. And click down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. I have got a month packed with some great ideas for you coming up here in February. All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. Head over to the blog hop, see what everybody else made, and have yourself a wonderful February 1st. Bye-bye.